$70 for a hat? Is it worth it? Let's find out. Welcome into another episode of Unbox and Review, an ongoing video series where I, Justin, help you, the audience, make better purchasing decisions by unboxing and reviewing products that I actually own and use. And this week, we're talking hats. We're putting a hat on a hat on a hat. We are talking about Melin and their hats. Now this week, it's a little bit different because I own 3 Melin hats that I've owned for a while, and I don't have a box that it came in to unbox this. So I'm going to talk to you more about the review side of things. Now the first Melin hat that I bought was way back in 2021, 3 years ago, the A-Game Hydro in Sand Camo. So I have had this hat since August of 2021, and I have, full disclosure, beat the living shit out of this hat. I have worn it for every single time that I've been in the pool. I have brought it on vacations, it's been in the ocean, it's been in other pools, it's been in lakes, it's been on water rides, it's been everywhere, golf courses, you name it. But primarily this has been my pool hat in Sand Camo. And I've had this for 3 years now, and my feedback is I absolutely love it. And we'll talk about pros and cons later, but I wanted you to see what this hat actually was. Now, the second hat from Melin that I've owned is, I got this in about the summer of 2022, and this is another A-Game Hydro in Heather Charcoal. And I have also beat the hell out of this. I've worn it a few times in the pool. Some of my friends, when they've come over, have worn it in our pool. This is primarily the hat I wear if I go golfing, if I go work out outside, whether it's a walk or a run, or if I do anything outside that is not the pool. This is typically the hat that I wear. So I've had this since the summer of 2022. And again, I have also beat the hell out of this hat, and it's in pretty good shape so far. Now, the third hat that I own is the Odyssey Stacked Hat Hydro in Kelly Green. And this is a hat I actually bought in California in the spring of 2024. So as the time of this recording, it's only a couple of months old. And I typically only wear this for when I do videos for my YouTube channel, on my book review podcast, or if I'm going to wear this out for some reason as some part of a gathering or something where it's a nicer type of gathering, but hats are still acceptable. So this is kind of a nicer hat that I keep, and it's a different type of hat than the A-Game Hydros. For the A-Game Hydro, I have 2 hats, one in Sand Camo and one in Heather Charcoal. And the big features of these hats is for their fit. They are, according to the website, mid-depth in fit. They are water repellent. They are floatable, they are moisture wicking, they are breathable. So that is, both of these hats have those features. You can see what they look like on the inside. The Odyssey Stacked Hydro is a shallow depth fit. It is water repellent, it is floatable, it is breathable, and it is moisture wicking, just like the Hydros. Also, all of these hats have a little hidden pocket on the inside that allows you to maybe store a key, or if you had some cash, you can store that on there as well. Technically, these are machine washable. However, the website recommends that you just spot clean the hats, and I've done that. And then since both of the A-Game Hydros have been in the pool, from time to time, I'll just dunk them in there, or I'll run them under some water and clean it off with a soapy rag if I need to, or whatever. Without any further ado, let's get into the pros and the cons. The pros for the Melin hats. The number one thing that I love about these hats is that they hold their shape. And that is something where, if you've been wearing hats for a long time, you know that sometimes you have to just work the brim like never before every single time. Sometimes the hats get kind of floppy over time and they lose their shape and they just kind of turn into like a wet rag over your head with a brim. So the number one pro that I really love about these is that they hold their shape. The second pro that I really like about these hats are the colors. The colors are really, really rich, and they're really kind of a robust color, whatever it is that it's supposed to be. And they're very true to color, and they're very rich and saturated, and I really like that. Sometimes hats can fade over time, especially if they're out in the sun. And again, for the years that I've had these hats, they've maintained their shape and they've maintained their color. The third pro that I really love about these hats are the features regarding its durability and it being water repellent, is what the website says. So I really love that I can wear these in the pool, I can wear them on the golf course, I don't have to worry about getting these hats wet, and they bounce right back. And if anybody has worn a hat in the pool or in a lake or in an ocean or a river, sometimes it doesn't come back. They can get water stains on them, and they can just kind of lose it altogether. Their color fades and everything. So I really like that these are water repellent. Not only do they float, which is pretty cool, but I do like that they can bounce back and they don't absorb water. So that is a fantastic pro for these hats. Now, even though this review has been largely a love fest, I do have some cons, some things that I really don't love as much about these hats that I wish were a little bit better. Number one, even though these hats are lightweight, I find them to be fairly heavy. And the reason why is the brim has some good heft to it. I think while that's a good thing that it holds its shape over time, but sometimes the hat, the brim especially, can feel like it's a little hefty and a little heavy. And if you're out doing a workout, or you're out for a long walk, or you're wearing these for a long period of time, even around a golf, sometimes the hat can feel like it's kind of heavy on your head. Another con with these hats that I have noticed is the website says that they're breathable. And you can obviously see on the back of all the hats, they've got plenty of breathability here. However, because of the materials, even though they're lightweight and breathable according to the website, I find that over time, if I'm not in the pool, if I'm wearing this on a golf course, or I'm wearing this on a long walk or a workout outside or something, these have a tendency to make me feel hot, where every so often I'm taking my hat off and I'm just trying to let my head breathe and get some fresh air on it and kind of cool off a little bit. And finally, the last point, I'm not going to call it a pro or a con, is the price point. And typically these hats are around $70. I think the website lists them at $69. And that might seem expensive on the front end, like, whoa, that's a lot of money for a hat. But if you go to, Lids, or go to any sporting team website or anything like that, you're going to pay, at least 45 to 50 bucks for a hat just with your team's logo on it or whatever. So where I would try to spin that, if somebody was kind of on the fence, is like, hey, this is the hat that I've had for 3 years. This is the hat I've had for 2 years, and they're super durable. And I have hats that I have worn for less time that I've already had to ditch because they've got huge rings around them. They're starting to fray everywhere. So my final recommendation would be to get these hats. Get one, try it out. I am very confident you're gonna like it. They have a ton of different styles of hats with curved bills, flat brims, visors, beanies for the winter time, which I'd like to get. I think that would be pretty cool. They even have like bucket hats. So their website is melin.com. So my final verdict is 2 thumbs up. I would highly recommend buying these hats. They are an investment. I do think the price is a barrier for some people, which I totally understand. I would say if you're looking at buying a hat that's going to be in the $40 to $50 or $40 to $60 range, if you can save up a little bit longer, if you can bite the bullet and spend a few more dollars, I think you're going to get a hat that's going to perform a lot better for a longer amount of time. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Unbox and Review, where I took a look at Melin Hats. This is part of Saturday is Datterday Media, life advice podcast, book reviews, product reviews, cooking videos, all of that in due time. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on Unbox and Review. Have a great day.